Awesome, Victor. And it looks like we have another question from Marcia Garcia. How do you plan to address immigration and the path to citizenship?
I appreciate that question, Marcia. Growing up on the border, for me, when we talk about immigration, we're talking about my family, my friends, the people that I love, the people that I went to school with, that I played sports with. So it's impossible for me to talk about this issue in the abstract. I'm talking about those people. These people, they are, I think of their names, I think of their faces. They are who we are fighting for. And I want to be very clear that the fight for comprehensive immigration reform is the fight for the morality of our country. It was in 2019 when I went to Deming, New Mexico, at a time when we were seeing an influx of asylum seekers into our state. And these asylum seekers, it's important for us to realize who we're talking about when we talk about asylum seekers. There are people who are escaping human trafficking, sexual assault, who have faced political backlash for their opinions, are in very real threat for their lives. People who have faced some of the most horrific occurrences in their lives and in their families' lives. And it is individuals who spent months, often more than a month, traveling to this country in fear of their lives. And they were willing to do that because of the hope of a better tomorrow, the hope of the ability to live in peace in this country. And when I was in Deming, when I went to that airport hangar, where I remember there was cots that were spaced out by no more than a foot apart, I could see the trauma that was in the faces and in the eyes of so many of those individuals. But what I also saw was hope. And as I helped navigate their situations, my heart broke every time I heard about the situations that they had encountered in their country. Nobody wants to leave their country. That's not something that people want to do. But these were individuals who left out of fear for their lives and for their families' lives. And oftentimes it's fear, and it's a cycle that we as a nation have perpetrated. And one of the most impactful experiences for me was getting to play with the children, getting to do hopscotch, duck, duck, goose, capture the flag, whatever the game was that we could think of to play. Because for a brief period of time, those children forgot about the trauma. Our immigration system is broken. And I want to take this opportunity to share just how disappointed I am in President Biden and the administration to date. We have not done enough when it comes to ending the family separation policy. We have not yet ended the Remain in Mexico policy when it comes to asylum seekers. I want you to know that as a member of Congress, I will not be afraid of taking on whoever it takes, whether it be someone in our own party, whether it be the President of the United States, who I voted for, who I support as a Democrat, if it means fighting for comprehensive immigration reform. So we need to create a pathway to citizenship. And that includes not just Dreamers, but others are in our community. That includes increasing the amount of visas that we are offering and making sure that the wait time to obtain these visas is reduced. We need to make sure that we are ending family separation policies in the immediate. We need to make sure that we are supporting communities that are showing and can, just like New Mexico, that show that we can embrace asylum seekers with love. We need to make sure that we are divesting from any system that is a broken immigration system, whether it be a border wall or whether it be ICE, that does not show the compassion that we are demanding from the immigration system that we have in place. We also need to make sure, and I'm very proud of the fact that one of the pieces of legislation that I am looking at introducing is going to be legislation that will provide long-term wraparound assistance and support for the children who have been separated from their families at the border, who many times we will be unable to reunite them with their families. So whether that's educational support, or that's behavioral health support, that's healthcare support. I want to make sure that we are showing that we are a country who believes in dignity and restoring the dignity of our country by providing that type of assistance. The fight for the morality of our country is the immigration fight. Thank you.